Today I'm going to answer your burning question on should you sell your crypto right now. Everyone is panicking, everyone is throwing in the towel, there's a lot of bad news. We've got inflation rising, we've got the Fed continuing to pound down prices, stock markets collapsing, financial markets, everything is going down. So you're probably sitting there wondering, should I sell my crypto? And why the hell should you listen to me? Well, I've been in crypto for 5 years and I've seen this time and time again. But I've also got a team of analysts that help us deliver market insights and look at everything that's going on in the crypto market right now to find the insight to allow us to know whether or not we should do a certain action. And I wanted to touch on the market, right? And I want to tell you through this video exactly what you need to know. And at the end of this video, we're going to exactly answer the question, should you sell your crypto right now? Is now a time that you should be selling? We know everything's been chaotic. Everything is pretty ugly, right? And everything we're looking at, there's a lot of bearish sentiment. I went to Permissionless conference last week, and the word on the street is that it's going to be at least 12 to 18 months prolonged bear market. So should you take your assets out and put them in another asset? Should you be doing something? Well, let's answer that question. But to answer that question to begin with, we've got to look at the market right now. The ugly is that regulation is going to be coming. The UST event was an absolute shit show, and we are seeing a lot more ammo being given to the government and the policymakers to bring more regulation, which will hurt crypto in the short to medium term. Recessions are probably coming, if not already here. Crypto is so correlated to the macro, stock market and financial markets that whatever the Fed do, crypto follows. And until we break that, that correlation, it's going to be difficult for Bitcoin and crypto to really break out. Huge bearish sentiment from industry leaders. Everyone's sort of packed in the towel. Everyone's saying we're going to a bear market. Everyone's sort of giving up. What are the good news? Well, we're seeing a lot of still adoption and utility of our blue chip assets. So significant investments into Web3 wallets. Blockchain funding hit 9.2 billion in Q1. Coinbase and FTX doubling down on Lightning Network. We're seeing Web2 companies move into Web3. We saw the A16Z fund launch today, the 1 point something billion dollar fund purely for crypto. So much money going into this space. So where are we in the context of things? Well, this bear market, this 50% plus drawdown of Bitcoin and a lot more drawdown on altcoins is only one of a number of drawdowns we've had over the last 10 or 12 years of the crypto cycles. Actually, it's been more than 5 times Bitcoin has gone down more than 50%. So what is the silver lining in all this? Well, there is an opportunity for us here to really find the good amongst the bad, and the oversold crypto assets, the poor projects, the poor fundamental projects will be weeded out through this cycle. And this is why in the early adoption cycle you have these huge peaks and troughs, is because it weeds out the shit, the FOMO, the bad investors, the bad projects. Same as the .com era, when there was all these internet projects launching, there was so much hype, so much excitement, but only the Amazons and the Google of the world remain. And that's what our job is, to help you find those Amazons and Googles and Microsofts of this crypto cycle. So as we said, the regulation is coming. We're seeing greater regulation coming specifically to stable coins. In the interim, we're not all doom and gloom. Regulation, I think, is still a net positive for Bitcoin because of the amount of money in sovereign wealth funds, financial markets that want to get themselves into Bitcoin, but there's not enough regulation. So I think this could be actually a positive in the medium to long term. With recessions with the recession sort of incoming as well, we're seeing Bitcoin and crypto highly correlated to the public markets. And unfortunately, until we break away from that, it's going to be very hard to really get an increase on Bitcoin and the market there. Bearish sentiment is a very united bearish sentiment with the Terra crash really setting potentially a prolonged bear market. It brought Bitcoin down, it brought Luna down, brought all altcoins down. And the MetaMask Web3 lead and former MicroCrypto CEO said, if we're seeing number go up is your satisfaction, you're not going to have a lot of it over the next year or so. The short to medium term doesn't look great. However, the good and the positive news continues to come out. As I mentioned, all these things, we've got El Salvador, blockchain funding, we've got FTX, Lightning Network, internet security, Aave launching their social media platform. The developers and the builders are doubling down, and the funding is only getting bigger and bigger, 9.2 billion. In Q1. So much money, so much talent, so much people coming into this space that they will build in the bear market. That's what happened in 2019. All the best projects were built during that time, and they came out the other end in 2022. And a lot of the investors that got in that time were heavily rewarded for that. We're so early in the adoption cycle. Compared to the internet era, this is the Ethereum users compared to the internet era, so early. Bitcoin and Ethereum continuing to double down on their transaction times, the utility, the aspect that none of these protocols have gone down, and there's NFTs are being built on Ethereum. Bitcoin's being used in more countries. There's so much great quality things that are happening with these tokens and these economies that they're not going down. Price just might go up and down, but that doesn't matter in the short term. It matters about the utility, the aspect, who's using it. Is it being more or less adopted worldwide? And both those answers to those questions are yes. And this will weed out all the shitty projects. It'll present opportunities for good projects that'll be unfairly sold off to really get good positions on lower prices. Core innovation will continue to build in their bear markets, and some of the best companies in the world are built during bear markets. So, I think we're going to see some really good opportunities. Be careful not to go in, all in too fast on what you think is oversold projects, because we could continue to see these ugly conditions continue. So to answer the question after all that sort of market analysis and where we are in the cycle, no, this is not a good time to sell. Actually, this is the right time to buy. I think Bitcoin and Ethereum are a great asset to be accumulating right now. I'm personally not accumulating altcoins. I just think, with the next 6 to 12 months, with a risk on narrative, I think people are going to be selling off altcoins and looking for any sort of safe haven in, more stable blue chip assets. I think altcoins could go down, although a lot of them are already down 90%. Doesn't mean they can't go down another 90%. So be careful with your allocations to altcoins. We saw this with Luna, people thinking just because it's down 90%, it's going to go back up. Doesn't work that way. So please be careful when you're investing into the lower cap assets that could see a lot more volatility over the next few months. Bitcoin and Ethereum is a great buy. And if you've got cash, well, continue to hold cash, right? And continue to dollar cost average. Don't try and pick the market. Don't try and pick the bottom. The bottom could be formed over a number of weeks or months. It's not an exact day that the bottom is formed. So continue building and dollar cost averaging over a period of time, and you're going to get that base price. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more market insights and analysis like I just showed you there, we are having a great offer at the moment. For $1, you can trial all of our premium services for 7 days. You get all of our research, on-chain analytics from our team of experts, including our copy portfolios. We see all of our NFT purchases, our long-term growth portfolio, and our short-term growth portfolio, all on-chain with all the research and fundamental analysis backing it. You can hit up that link below. And if you like these videos and have any feedback, please let me know in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. Make sure to watch some more videos. I will link them up in here. Thanks guys, bye for now.